Monday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Show. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here. Let's wake up the football gods here on this bloody Monday, because we have already this morning found out that Mike Zimmer and the GM have both been fired in Minnesota, and probably, I bet Kirk Cousins may be looking for a new job. He will be somewhere in the neighborhood of like $41 million cap hit, and you got to say that the money that they spent on Kirk Cousins, yeah. Also, too, we know that Matt Nagy has also been fired from the Chicago Bears, as well as, of course, Urban Meyer was fired a couple weeks ago with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm sure that this is not all of the firings that we're going to be having right now, because right now everybody's trying to jockey for position to get the hot coordinator and hot candidates, of course, in for interviews. So we'll be seeing, I'm sure, quite a few more. One that is kind of a mystery is I'm still trying to understand how it is Joe Judge, who threw Jason Garrett under the bus and basically said, if it wasn't for Jason Garrett, we'd be winning. So let's get rid of the offensive coordinator, the guy who does at least have some experience. I mean, he's at least seen 8-8, and right now, if you're a New York Giant fan, 8-8 sounds pretty good. They fire him, and they literally do some things that I never knew existed. I never knew that anybody actually had negative yards in a passing game. They had -10 last week. And then yesterday, oh my Lord, watching poor Bad Dog literally with a bag over his head, seeing the New York Giants literally on second down from their 6-yard line run a quarterback sneak, and then proceed on 3rd down and 8 to do the same thing. Yet he still has a job. They've already said we're bringing back Daniel Jones and Joe Judge. You're hearing the players say, we want to get rid of that guy. Yet the New York Giants are holding on to him, and I'm hoping that they do. I'm hoping that they do, because they're not going anywhere with Joe Judge. So we'll see if there's going to be a few other coaches that are let go. Probably the biggest blunder of the offseason may be the Colts. It's crazy because the Colts last year with Phillip Rivers did better than they did this year with Carson Wentz. They gave up now 2 number ones for Carson Wentz. Is it 2? No, I'm sorry. A 2nd and a 1 for Carson Wentz. The Eagles had the highest cap number for any player, dead money-wise, in history to get rid of Carson Wentz. All they had to do yesterday was beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. And never in the history of football has a team needing to win to get in lost to a 2-14 team. And that's what they did. They lost. And now they're sitting at home. Yeah. For us, well, the Cowboys got a little bit of luck yesterday in some regards, or depending on how you look at it. It could be you say, well, we don't have to play the Cardinals off the bat, who lost yesterday to Seattle. Their only win in the last 5 games was against the Cowboys. For some reason, everybody gets up for the Dallas Cowboys. We're playing the 49ers, who found a way to win against the Rams. We'll be playing Sunday afternoon at 4:30. Sunday afternoon at 4:30. So here's how it's going to lay out. Last night, the miracle win for the Raiders. It seemed like divine intervention came through to help the Raiders get that win. Had the Raiders and the Chargers tied, both of those teams would have been in. Both would have been in. But the Raiders somehow, some way, found a way to end up winning it in overtime. They will be playing Saturday against the Cincinnati Bengals at 4:30. And then we have a third game between the Patriots and the Bills on Saturday night At 8:15, New England versus the Bills. Following, then, of course, it will be NFC East Sunday, where we have the Eagles taking on Tampa Bay at 1 o'clock. And then, of course, our 49ers going against the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas at 4:30. And then, of course, we have, can you believe it? Can you believe the Steelers and Big Ben get one more shot, one more opportunity? The Steelers, defying all odds, Big Ben going against Father Time, literally are in the playoffs. Going against the Chiefs, Sunday night, 8:15. And then finally, we have the Cardinals and the Rams Monday night at 8:15. So that's our seedings. That's the setup for this playoff weekend, wild card weekend. And let's see if the Dallas Cowboys can do more than what everybody says. I almost find it so funny that when I hear from Giant fans, Washington fans, and even Eagle fans that go through, oh, you're just going to be one and done. Okay. All right. That's possible. It's possible. But what did your team do this year? Did you go 6-0 in your division? Did you make the playoffs? Are you going to be sitting at home watching my team play? Is that what it is? Oh, okay. So we went from 6 wins last year to 12 wins this year. Number 3 seed. That's an improvement. Got a little bit of momentum going into playoffs. We are 4-1 to finish off the season. It may not have been pretty, but playoffs, they're not pretty. So back to one other thing here before we get ready to get back to the workshop and stuff. With Matt Nagy and Mike Zimmer being fired, Nick Fangio, we believe, is going to be another one that's going to be out in Denver. Kellen Moore is already interviewed for Jacksonville. No word on how that interview went. The NFL had a 2-week window that closed, I believe. I think it's closed now, before the playoffs to get started. And the only team that was able to take advantage of that, of course, was the Jacksonville Jaguars. When your team does well and when your position and group does well, you become a hot candidate. And Dan Quinn is a hot candidate for head coaching. It's possible Seattle decides to move on from Pete Carroll, although they got the big win yesterday against the Cardinals, which kind of dropped the Cardinals a little bit lower on the totem pole, actually helped the Cowboys. Russell Wilson may be done with trying to work with Pete Carroll and may want to get out. And it may be Seattle says, let's get rid of Pete Carroll and keep Russell Wilson, or vice versa. So that's another one of those positions that may open up. The speculation, of course, and I kind of said this a couple of days ago too, I don't see Dan Quinn at this point having been part of the Legion of Boom, having been the Atlanta Falcons head coach, having gone to a Super Bowl, and then resurrecting his name in Dallas as a defensive coordinator there, if he will just take any job just to say, I'm a head coach. You just don't. Unless it's like a great, blow me over job offer and one of these ones that just don't come around. I don't see Dan Quinn doing that. The word is the Dallas Cowboys love Dan Quinn. I don't know if he'll be the new Jason Garrett, the new adopted son, but the word is that Jerry Jones loves Dan Quinn and is planning on trying to do whatever it takes to hold on to him. So, it may be you are the head coach in waiting of the Dallas Cowboys. Just be cool. Here's a big fat payday. Just to hang loose. Just hang loose and be ready. And we'll see if that's going to be the case. All right, so we got a whole week to get ready for the 49ers. We're going to start breaking it down and getting ready for this game. At least the Cowboys, they should be getting everybody off of COVID before practice on Wednesday. Our biggest hope is nobody else goes on the list between now and the weekend. We want to definitely be at full strength. Looking at playing the 49ers, they went through a big emotional game and in an extra quarter in overtime, got a little bit beat up there getting ready for this game coming up. We got an extra day of rest. We got an opportunity to go ahead and watch the game and watch them and maybe have a little bit of an advantage playing from home and not having to travel. We'll hope and pray that that's the case, because I do not want to go out one and done and have to listen to all these fools that said, yeah, you suck, you made the playoffs, even though we didn't. Anyway, I got work to do in the workshop, and I hope that you guys have a great day. And how does it feel to be in the playoffs?
Our coach here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe for the Sports Report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?